Hey guys, I wanted to come on here real quick and talk about a subject that is a little bit concerning, but honestly very important to talk about. Last night, there was a creator, actually right here in the southern Missouri area, who grew up a Christian, who grew up in a Christian home, and now is denying their faith, saying that they no longer believe in God. And I thought it was a little bit ironic because this individual said that they no longer believe in God, they no longer believe in Christianity, and yet now is participating in activities that are demonic. So, how can you say that you don't believe in God and then begin to actively participate in things that work against the God that you supposedly don't believe in? Some of you guys might look at me and be like, well, Gabrielle, doesn't that shake your faith a little bit? Doesn't that scare you? I mean, there are a lot of Christians that are coming out saying they're no longer Christians, they no longer believe in God. And here's what I have to say to that. My faith is not dependent upon anyone. My faith is not dependent upon my parents. I know I'm a pastor's kid, but that does not, my faith is not dependent upon my parents. It's not riding on the faith of my fathers. My faith is not dependent on the people around me or the leaders around me who say they do or don't believe in God or do or don't believe in Christianity. Because my faith is not in other Christians. My faith is not in Christianity. My faith is in God. I myself have had real encounters, undeniable encounters with God, and that's what my faith rides on. The fact that I know that I've talked to God before. I know that He's talked to me before. I know that I have been in places where God, His presence was so thick that I felt it undeniably. So, as for me and my house, as for me, I will serve the Lord. It doesn't matter if my parents, my siblings, or anyone else says that they're no longer going to believe in God. I myself say, as for me and my house, I will serve the Lord. You see, when I was around 15, 16, when I was younger, I thought like, okay, you know what? If I mess up in college, if I just slip away from the faith a little bit, it'll be okay. But when I was in 15 and 16 years old, people would come up to me and they would be like, as a pastor's kid, they'd be like, don't turn away from God. Don't, like, I did drugs and I regret it. I smoked and I regret it. I drank and I regret it. I did this in college or I did this in high school and I regret it. Like, don't do it. Don't do what I did. And all those people coming up to me, it made me realize there are enough people that are not on God's side. There's enough people that are fighting for the devil. And I want to be on God's team. I want to fight on God's team.